Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pope Prep Productions, where today in girls varsity lacrosse, your Pope Francis Cardinals square off against the Belchertown Orioles. I'm Dom Percy here, future voice of the Cardinals, coming to you live from Pope Prep. Pope Francis coming off of a huge blowout win, 17-3 versus the Pittsfield Generals. As for Belchertown, this will be their first game of the season, a shocker indeed. Pope Francis already with, I believe, 2 games under their belt, a 2-0 record so far. So we saw yesterday a blowout win, certainly looking for another win here tonight and improve the record to 3-0 for these Cardinals. And let's talk about Caitlin Ondrick. 3-goal night for her yesterday, adding on to the 100 career goals that she already had, making 104 now as her all-time. And we'll bring you down live to the field in just a couple minutes for the starting lineup and the national anthem. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about ready to square off here between the Pope Francis Cardinals and the Belchertown Orioles. These Cardinals coming off of a huge blowout win, as I said just a minute ago, 17-3 versus the Pittsfield Generals. As for Belchertown, it is their first game of the season. Not something you see that often, especially about a week and a half, 2 weeks into the season starting already. Belchertown coming off of a 6-11 year record last year. Major players for them were Samantha Pooches with 22 goals, 3 assists. They have since left, a couple of seniors. So this Belchertown roster is filled with a bunch of freshman talent, as one would say. For those of you tuning in, wondering why AJ is not behind the mic, we are wishing him the best of luck today in his tennis match, I believe against Turner Falls, at just about underway right now, actually, 4 o'clock. Watching Caitlin Ondrick this whole game, 104 goals under her belt so far this season. 3 goals last night in the 17-3 blowout win that they had. And just like this, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to be underway. Caitlin Ondrick taking the opening face-off for the Pope Francis Cardinals at the 50-yard line. Pope will work from left to right. Belchertown will work from right to left. The first half of this game. I would say, dim it. And just like this, ladies and gentlemen, this game is just about underway live here on Pope Prep. Yep. Opening draw sent up in the air, trying to win back by Caitlin Ondrick, but Belchertown comes out with it, and they'll come back the other way. Starting off with the offensive pressure, we saw Pope had a lot of, really the majority of the game yesterday, offensive pressure. It was Pittsfield on defense the whole time. Really, they showed for it there is a 17-goal roaring screech going into that game. Pittsfield, I believe, only 6 registered shots on net that game, as it'll be Pope taking it down the length of the field. Now Jordan Baylett along the side, over to Ondrick, back over to Kiera Fitzgerald. She had 2 goals yesterday. Trying to go this way and that way along the 15-yard line. Fitzgerald walking around with it back over to the 20-yard line. She'll hand it off to Ondrick. Or hat-trick goal night she had, 104 all-time goals for her under her belt in her senior year. Pope working behind the net. Caitlin Griffin. Back over to Ondrick, who thought she had it. To slip by, and I believe we have playable and dead here, and it'll be Belchertown possession going the other way. Again, we saw it most dangerous for Pope in the game yesterday. It was just simple passing technique, getting the open man in front of the net. Belchertown come back down the other way, trying to pass it in front of the net, lob pass, as saw there, but the Pope will regroup with it behind their own net. Long pass over to Ava Moultbury. She'll take it along the side length of the field now, over to the 30-yard line. Trying to cut in on net, this way and that. She'll stop with it, hold it, and try to sing a pass back to Ondrick, or at least she thought she did. It was a fake pass. And Maylee Chaplin in on goal. A shot just went wide of the net. Got her first career goal as a Pope Francis Cardinal yesterday. Surely an exciting day for her. Cameron Dickinson will start with it behind the net. Caitlin Griffin trying to go this way and that. Get it on net. Stop with the back. Caitlin Griffin trying to drive to the net. Still has it. She'll pass it back out to Kiera Fitzgerald, who will regroup and settle with it. Inside pass back over to Jordan Baylett. Try to get a shot off, but wouldn't go. Pope will resettle with it again. Just behind the Oriole net with just under 10 minutes left to play. Kiera Fitzgerald along the side. 25-yard line. Still with it now. She'll pass it over to Caitlin Ondrick. Ondrick looking for her first goal of the game. We saw Pope Francis scored less than a minute into the first 2 quarters of the opening game. And that shot, they score. It's Caitlin Griffin with her first goal of the game. 9:16 in, and the Cardinals jump out to an early 1-0 lead over the Belchertown Orioles. We saw first quarter of the other game. It was yesterday, a head-to-head, back-to-back games, yesterday and today. We saw it was yesterday, had a 4-0 lead out in the first quarter of the game. It was 7-1 by the end of the second quarter. They're looking to expand upon that this afternoon, certainly. Face-off coming in here. It'll be Caitlin Ondrick taking it. Face-off up in the air. Try to scoop it at it there was Hannah Keeney. But Belchertown come back with it the other way. Belchertown with it now. Trying to cycle around the net. Trying to get a lob pass out in front. They do, and they score! What an answer by the Belchertown Orioles, and just like that is a 1-1 game here. Was Pope Francis scoring, 9:16 in the game, then 19 seconds later, Belchertown with the equalizer. And we've got a 1-1 game on our hands here. Last 5 games we saw against these two teams, Belchertown's got the 3-2 lead in hand for the last 5 times these two teams played. Pope Francis came out victorious the last time, however, with a 16-9 score. Belchertown, though, reigning victorious in the 3 of the last 5 games, a 13-12 close game score there. Second to last game, the Cardinals played against the Orioles. So we have a whistle blown dead here. Pope will resettle with it and go back the other way. Ondrick back over to Hannah Keeney. Keeney trying to send a pass over to Ava Moultberry. Can't catch it. So Belchertown will resettle with it. Back in their own zone. But it's fumbled there, and Ava Moultberry will grab it. They slap away at it. Along the 15-yard line. Ball's out over to Kira Fitzgerald trying to pick it up, but Belchertown will come back the other way. Belchertown up past the 50-yard line, settling with it. Saw Pope playing. It was all attack yesterday against these Pittsfield Generals. I'll say it time and time again. Led to a 14-goal goals against deficit against Pittsfield, the largest goal differential we've ever seen between Pittsfield and Pope. But I'll say one thing: you never see really two teams go head to head only 4 times, especially Pope, the school being around 9 years now, I believe. You've never seen really that few of games played between two teams, Pittsfield and Pope. That was the only 4th time meeting. It's Belchertown in and out, and they score. As Pope had the first goal of the game, but now Belchertown comes right back at him. A minute 26 after the first goal they scored to equalize the game at 1-1. They take the lead here as now Belchertown with a 2-1 lead over the Cardinals with just 7:41 remaining in this first quarter. Getting back to the Pittsfield Pope game, you don't really see two teams play each other only 4 times ever in really not just one school's existence, but over the span of 9 years, would say. And the last time Pope actually ended up playing Pittsfield, other than yesterday, was 5 years ago to that, and it was May 8th, 2019. Something you don't see that often. Belchertown immediately starting back out with it again. These Cardinals trying to play lockdown defense. Belchertown coming back down the other way. So it'll be Madison LePage. Shot on net, and they score again. As it has just been back-to-back goals for the Belchertown Orioles. As Pope in a little bit of a hole that they have never been in before. Had the early lead up 1-0, and now they have given up 3 straight in the matter of 2 minutes. Pope, I think, still in the thought process of all attack yesterday that they had. As it was all attack yesterday. Defense was really little to none for these Cardinals. I guess today they'll have to play a little more defense. Face-off coming in here for Ondrick. Yep. Squaring off against Maddie Philpott. Belchertown immediately coming back down the other way, looking to make it 4-1. Cardinals got to get some offensive pressure here going. A little defense, lockdown defense going. Belchertown will take their time with it. Already a 3-1 lead. Pope thought they had the early 1-0 jump out, but Belchertown would answer back with 3 immediate goals. As we have play blown dead here, I believe it'll be Belchertown ball as they'll resettle with it along the side of the 15-yard line on the field. Yes, they will. So it'll be Madison LePage looking for her second goal of the night for the Orioles. 6:30 remaining here in this first quarter. Belchertown started out with it. LePage will go behind the net for the Orioles. So try cycling it around. And on net, and they shot off the post. Rebound. Shot save made by Shepard. They scramble for it down below, and it is covered up by Zoe Shepard. Still 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter of play. Pope down 3-1 for those of you just tuning in. Had the 1-0 early lead. Then it will be Belchertown coming back with 3 straight goals as Ella Negron send it up center field over to Caitlin Griffin. Dishes it back over to Jordan Baylett. Baylett still with it now. Looking to get Pope on the board again. Make it 3-2. Cut it to a 1-goal game. Baylett lost it, had it now. Regroups with it. Over to Maylee Chaplin, looking for her second goal of her young Pope Francis career. Try to pass it over to Cameron Dickinson, but they'll scramble for it in front. And I believe we have a play blown dead here, and an official will be signaling in the way of Belchertown. Belchertown fumbles it, and it'll be Caitlin Griffin trying to scoop it up. Belchertown still with it. Along the side yard line. 5:20 remaining in the first quarter. Still out to the early 3-1 lead, we said before. And I believe the referee signaled for a infraction, possibly. Either way, it'll be going in the way of Belchertown. LePage will start out back with it. Got the pass from Paige McNur. Tried to pass back over to Madison DaCosta. DaCosta back over to Demowski. Yeah. Orioles still with some good attacking zone pressure. Pope has to play lockdown defense here. Get it back in the other zone. Try to get another goal on the board here. Make it 3-2. Orioles will start out back with it. Trying to lob a pass in front, but it's picked off by Caitlin Ondrick. So Ondrick will come back the way for the Cardinals. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. Caitlin Griffin with it now. Has man open. She'll pass it back over to Ondrick at the 40-yard line. She fumbled it. Picks it up. Ondrick over to the side. Over to Ava Maltberry. Trying to get a shot off, but couldn't. Maltberry still has it now. In this way and that. Inside and out. Trying to get a shot off. Save made by Belchertown goalkeeper. And we've whistle blown dead here as it'll be going in the way of Belchertown with just about 4 minutes left to play in the opening quarter of this game. Belchertown tries sending up the field in the middle, but picked off by Kiera Fitzgerald. Kiera Fitzgerald up the middle. Looking to make it 3-2 in favor of Belchertown. Shot, she scores! It's her first of the game. And just like that, the Cardinals make it a 3-2 game with 3:41 remaining in this first quarter. I forget who got the first goal. Shoot. First goal? Yeah. No, because I would have said that. Face-off coming in here for the Cardinals. Caitlin Ondrick taking it. Still looking to add on to the 104 career goals she's had so far in her Pope Francis career. Face-off won by the Cardinals. Ondrick will take it back out. She'll try to pass it back over to Ava Maltberry. Maltberry still with it now along the 30-yard line, along the side. Try to fake pass it over to Jordan Baylett. Juked out a couple of the Oriole defenders. Ondrick will take it now slowly along the 25-yard line with 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Taken back by Kiera Fitzgerald, looking for her second goal of the game, over to Cameron Dickinson. Back to Caitlin Griffin behind the net. Poe trying to tie this game up at 3-3 apiece. Just under 3 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Stick checked out of her hands, but she'll regroup with it. Pick it back up. Was Caitlin Griffin. Tried to get a pass off, but wouldn't go. Griffin still with it now along the 25-yard line. Dish it in Ondrick. Ondrick in and out, juking, deking. Had it, lost it. Tried to get the shot off, but wouldn't go. Cameron Dickinson will regroup with it behind the net, and it'll pass over to Kiera Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to get the pass out in front, but it wouldn't go for Caitlin Griffin, as we have a crease violation, I believe, signaled by the official. Pope will still start out with it behind the net. Caitlin Griffin. Or no, it'll be Belchertown possession. as they look to get it out. Extend onto the 3-2 lead they have with just about 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Again, we saw the solar eclipse yesterday covering 93% of Western Mass here. Had a couple of friends that traveled all the way up to, I believe it was Vermont and New York. Just a couple hour trip, 6 hour trip. 13 hours altogether there and back. They said it was worth it. See the full darkness of the solar eclipse yesterday. We went off of what we had here. It was a little dimming. Not much, a little darkness. Not completely dark, but close to, I would say, majority dark. Belchertown will start back out with it now. Along the 25-yard line, looking to make it 4-2 before the end of the first quarter. Belchertown with it now. LePage this way and that with it. Still with it now is LePage. Looking to get a shot off. To add on to the 2 goal nights she's had, or the 1 goal night she's had so far. Page will hold it behind the Pope Francis net just to take off a little time as we have just about under a minute left to play here. Belchertown taking their time. In no rush, still have the 3-2 early lead against these Cardinals here. We're leading 4-0 against Pittsfield in the first quarter, the opening quarter of yesterday, I should say. 4-0 lead, which will then turn into a 17-3 blowout win. Back-to-back games here for the Cardinals. Belchertown, still thinking it was yesterday's game, Pittsfield. No, it's Belchertown today. Belchertown will keep with possession on the attack. Shot just whistled wide high over the net and just about under 20 seconds to play remaining in the first quarter. Belchertown will look to get a shot off with the last 10 seconds of the first quarter. Still leading 3-2. Can they make it 4-2 is the question. Pass there. Won't get connect. And I believe with that, we will just about run out of time. 3-2 the score in favor of Belchertown. Pope not in a familiar position, down by 1 at the end of the first quarter. Then again, it is back-to-back games for them. They got to be exhausted after yesterday's 17-3 blowout win. But coming up next, we'll have the second quarter of play. Stay tuned on Pope Prep Champions Play here, live. Second quarter of play just about to get underway here. Belchertown Orioles with a 3-2 lead. Not a familiar position with these Cardinals that they're in. Pope will work from right to left this quarter. Belchertown will work from left to right. Pope will start out with it now. Dancing this way, in and out. Trying to get a pass off in the middle, but it wouldn't go. That was Jordan Baylett trying to get her first goal of the game. Baylett to start out with it now along the 15-yard line. Looking to get the tying goal for these Cardinals. Down 3-2 already, looking to make it 3-3. Baylett in on net, trying to get a shot off, wouldn't go. Just wide of the net. As we pick back up by Caitlin Griffin. Still scrambling for it now, down on the ground. Pass picked back up by Laura Martins. Martins will pass it over to Kiera Fitzgerald, over to Andrick. We said earlier, Andrick looking not only for her first goal of the game, but the 105th goal of her career. 67 last year, really. Andrick, 67 goals last year, 78 points total. It was 11 assists, almost really times 6 assists she had, goals almost, nearly. Actually, I believe more. It was 67. Jordan Baylett will start off with here, trying to get a shot off, wouldn't go. Pope still looking for the game-tying goal, down 3-2. It was Kiera Fitzgerald with the second goal for the Cardinals late into the first quarter of play. So they start out with it now. It'll be Kiera Fitzgerald back with it now, looking for her second goal of the game along the 20-yard line. Still has it, waiting with it, over to Cameron Dickinson behind the net. Pope gaining more attacking zone pressure, trying to get it in. Tried to get off a shot, was Caitlin Griffin, but it wouldn't go. So Belchertown will regroup with it now in their own zone, trying to go this way and that. Try to get a pass almost picked off by Caitlin Andrick, but Belchertown will come back up the middle of the field and send it back. As it is Paige Magner with it now. Back over to Nurkana Demowski. Demowski still with it. She'll pass it back over to Madison LePage. LePage will take it along the 25-yard line. Looking to add on to Belchertown's lead. I'll make it a 4-2 lead. Just under 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. Back over to Magner. Magner, Kiera Fitzgerald trying to stick check her out of the zone. And I believe play is blown dead here as the official will signal for Belchertown to go to the 15-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. Or excuse me, the 20-yard line rather than that. As it'll be Paige Magner for the Orioles. Belchertown trying to get a shot off. They do, and they score. As it is Paige Magner with her second goal of the game for the Orioles to extend it to a 4-2 lead. Again, Cardinals had decent attacking zone pressure. The opening couple of minutes in this game. The first 3 minutes, all Cardinals here. Tried to get one, make it a tie game, 3-3. But instead, it'll be Belchertown coming back down the other way with make it 4-2, double the lead. Face-off coming in here for the Cardinals. It'll be Andrick again taking the face-off. Pope not in a familiar position, down 2 goals, 4-2, nearly halfway through the second quarter. Almost halfway done with the game. Halfway through the game, excuse me, I should say. Madison LePage will start out with it for the Orioles. Darting up the field, down the middle, looking to make it 5-2. LePage still with it now, going around the back of the net. She'll take her time with it, with just under 8:30 remaining here in the second quarter. LePage this way and that, trying to get a shot off, and she does. She scores. It is Madison LePage with her first goal of the game for the Orioles. And just like that, almost under a minute later, Belchertown expands to a 3-goal gap versus the Cardinals and makes it 5-2. Again, Cardinals, we saw our first 3 minutes of this quarter, the second quarter. It was all attacking zone. Tried to get a couple of shots off, lead to the game-tying goal. At the time, it was only 3-2. Tried tying the game up. But instead, Belchertown came back down the way, and it'll be two goals that they score back-to-back. Saw Pope got out to the early 1-0 lead. Belchertown would immediately come back with 3 roaring goals. Face-off, won by the Cardinals. Andrick trying to scoop away at it, but Belchertown will pick it back up. Belchertown coming back down the field. It'll be Jordan Hunter for the Orioles. Trying to scoop it back up along the line. Hunter still with it now. Off to Aubrey McCain. McCain. Pass it back over to Magner. Magner already with 1 goal on the night. Looking to make it 2. Extend the Orioles lead to 6-2 with just about 7:30 remaining in the second quarter of play. LePage still looking for a hat-trick goal for the Orioles. Trying to dish a pass inside over to Magner, and they do. They score, and it is now a 6-2 game in favor of the Belchertown Orioles. As it is Madison LePage with her second goal of the game, and with that, Pope Francis will take its first timeout with 7:20 remaining in the second quarter. Pope letting up 3 consecutive goals, down 6-2 now. They're looking for a spark here. Stay tuned. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. We'll bring you back after the timeout. Stay tuned. Timeout just about done with the Pope Francis Cardinals taking their first time out of the game, down 6-2 with 7:20 remaining in the second quarter. Belchertown coming on as Pope Francis took the timeout after this 6th Belchertown goal, the 3rd consecutively again, we'll say it. As I believe it was Madison LePage, her 2nd goal of the game for the Belchertown Orioles. Pope Francis will start out with the face-off here. They win it. Trying to get it back to Jordan Baylett, but Belchertown will start back out with it. They'll try to regroup, extend their lead to 7-2. Pope Francis still not in a familiar position, playing defense the majority of this game, on like the majority attack they were playing the other game versus the 17-3 win versus the Pittsfield Generals. Belchertown will still start out with it, as it'll be Madison LePage looking to add on, make it her hat-trick goal tonight. With just about halfway through the second quarter. Pope's still trying to play lockdown defense, get it out of the zone, make it cut the Belchertown lead in half, make it 6-3 hopefully. So we'll be back for the Orioles. It'll be LePage starting out with it. LePage back over to Magner. Again, another one looking for her hat trick goal tonight. It's 2 goals already. Phone shaken up there by Kiera Fitzgerald. Belchertown will still stay with it, as is Kenzie LePage, the LePage sisters. Here for the Orioles. Save made by Zoe Shepard. As we said, 2 LePage sisters on this Belchertown team, and we have LePage twins, I believe, at Pope Francis. Completely unrelated. 2 families between the 2 schools. Similar last names. It'll be Ondrick coming back with it for the Pope Francis Cardinals, looking to make it 6-3. Her first goal of the game, getting pushed around, and it'll be, I believe, whistles. The official signaled for a shot just outside the 20-yard line. With just about 5:30 remaining here, Ondrick, a golden opportunity to make it career goal number 105 for her. Give the Cardinals a 6-3. Cut the Orioles lead in half to 6-3. Ondrick's shot just whistled wide off the post. Pope Francis will try to regroup with it now, but the ball will be sent out of play. So Belchertown will start out with it now. Again, we talked about the events that we were having yesterday. It was the solar eclipse. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a couple of the Cardinal students here at Pope Prep, especially on campus. I don't know about where anyone else was for the eclipse, but we had a couple of students distances, New York, Vermont. That shot there whistled wide of the net by Jordan Baylett. But anyway, going back to the solar eclipses, it was a couple of friends up in Vermont and New York. We had a couple of us were down here on the track. Beautiful sight to see. We had a recording of it going. I believe it was somebody put on a time lapse, made it 1:30 out of the couple hours. That shot there for the Cardinals whistled right off the off the post. By Caitlin Ondrick, as Belchertown will come back down the other way. Belchertown still with it now, looking to add on, make it a 7-2 lead for them. It's LePage this way, in and out, off the crossbar. The shot, as it'll be Ella Negron hustling for now, as she's taken down. And I believe we will have it going in the way of Pope, as it was a nasty hit taken by Ella Negron. Hope she's okay, getting up. She'll pass it over to Zoe Shepard, who will look upfield. Zoe Shepard tried to get the pass back off over to Claire DeRosa, but is intercepted by the Belchertown attackman. Yeah. Hannah Keeney will start out with it for the Cardinals. No, she's on our team. This way and that, trying to get out of the zone, give Pope some attacking zone pressure. Yeah. Hannah Keeney up over to Kiera Fitzgerald along the sideline. Pope still looking to cut the Oriole lead in half. Maylee Champlain with it now. Had it, lost it, and it'll be Belchertown trying to scoop it out. They still scramble for it. Pope will come out victorious with it. Caitlin Griffin still looking for Pope's 3rd goal of the game, and we have play blown dead here. As I believe it'll be Pope heading to the 20-yard line for a shot on net. Golden opportunity to make it 6-3. Shot they do, and it is Caitlin Ondrick with her 105th goal of her career, and the first tonight for her. As with 2:42 remaining in the second quarter, Pope cuts the Orioles lead in half. Face-off coming in here for the Cardinals, as it'll be Ondrick taking it again. Ondrick squaring off against Paige Magner for the Belchertown Orioles. There's a whistle blown dead here, as I believe it was a face-off violation. So Pope will start out with it, and it'll be Caitlin Ondrick taking it down the way for Pope. Ondrick, this way and that, juking her way around. Stick check there, as it'll fumble, almost got spilled in on net there for the Cardinals. Could have made it 6-4. Belchertown will send it back down the other way. They look to add on with just about 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter of play. 6-3 the score. Shot, lob pass just sent wide of the net. I believe Pope will start out with it behind their own net. We're going to get back into the attacking zone mindset. As it was really, we've seen quite the opposite here. Pope Francis' opponent, as it was all Pope yesterday. It's been all Belchertown mainly here today. With just about under 2 minutes to play. LePage will pass it back over for Philpott. Philpott tried to get it back over to Demkowski, but I believe we have whistle blown dead here. And I believe Pope may play a player down with 1:37 remaining in the second quarter. Belchertown will start out with it now. Pass back over to LePage. LePage already with 2 goals, looking for a hat-trick goal in a day for the Orioles, with just about 1:30 left to play in the second quarter. LePage trying to lob pass it in on it. She does, but a save made by Zoe Shepard. One of the great saves we've seen her make so far. Shepard will start out with it behind the net. Shepard. Long distance pass, trying to find Kiera Fitzgerald. Instead it'll find... I'm trying to find Kiera Fitzgerald, but instead it'll find Ava Maltberry. Maltberry, still with it now. Looking to make it 6-4 Cardinals with just under a minute to play here left in the second quarter. Maltberry. Over to Dickinson. Dickinson had it, lost it. We fumbled behind the Belchertown net. I believe it'll be Pope possession coming out. Still looking to make it 6-4. Add on to the 3-goal deficit that they're already down. With just about 30 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Dickinson will pass it back over to Maltberry. Maltberry over to Baylett. Baylett looking for a second goal of the game. Try to get a pass back over to Maltberry. But it'll be sent out of play, and with about just under 20 seconds to go, it'll be Belchertown who will try to get it back up the length of the field. I don't think it'll be able to. Just about 10 seconds left. Lob passage stretched in the middle. It'll be picked up by LePage for the Orioles. And just like that, Belchertown will take a 6-3 lead heading into the second quarter of play. Pope not in a familiar position, down 6-3 certainly, with 2 quarters behind and 2 quarters left to go. Half this game nearly underway. Stay tuned. A couple minutes will come in with the halftime report. Get you filled in on what we saw so far in the opening 2 quarters of this play. Stay tuned. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. Halftime report here coming in live on Pope Prep. Pope not in a familiar position, down 6-3 here at the halftime quarter. We saw they were up 7-1 versus the Pittsfield Generals yesterday. Back-to-back home games here for the Cardinals. And what we have seen so far is it has been majorly, I will say, all attack for Belchertown, capitalizing on the moments that they have had here, the key moments that they have had, certainly. It is LePage and I believe Magner with 2 goals apiece here for the Orioles. On the Pope side is Ondrick with her 105th goal of her career. And Fitzgerald with a goal for the Cardinals here, still down 6-3. We look to see a little more Pope pressure, certainly from them in the third quarter, in the future quarters of play, third and the fourth quarter of play here on Pope Prep. Belchertown, really coming out, first game of the season. You don't see that much, so about 2 weeks into the lacrosse season, or more so the spring sports season. You don't see that often. A game this late, especially for the first game of the season, let alone their home opener they have yet to have this season. But nonetheless, Pope Francis will trail down 6-3 to the Belchertown Orioles. Coming up, we got the third quarter. Stay tuned, Champions Play here, live on Pope Prep. Third quarter of play just about to get underway here, live on Pope Prep. Cardinals in a unfamiliar position here, down 6-3 with just about the start of the third quarter. Goals coming for the Cardinals, for one from Andrick, 105 under her belt so far. But we have a special guest here in the box, is Ryan Davis here. And I'll tell you what, give me your thoughts on what you have seen so far in this game, Vito. Davis!
What's up, boys? I think it's been a great game so far. Fast pace, the lacrosse I love to see. Coming out here, I come to almost every single game. I'm very passionate as a fan. I just want to see some goals from Pope in the second half. I want this team to win.
Absolutely, Ryan. I totally agree. But the way Tim needs to structure this game is, use the subs. We got 12 players on the bench. You just need to build each other up, have confidence, and act like it's 0-0 because that's how they win. That's how they win games.
Again, it's hot outside today. You need to get all your players on the field today. I just feel like he needs to make more subs. He's been doing great though. He's been doing great.
Of course, I couldn't agree more. He's obviously doing a great job stepping in from a JV.
Go.
Sorry, while we had Ryan Davis and Sam Graham giving you their report of the game, I believe it was Caitlin Ondrick that netted her second goal of the game, and she'll get the Cardinals their fourth goal of the game, as they are now only trailing 6-4. But going back to that, as it was it was Caitlin. Excuse me, it was a Caitlin Griffin, not Caitlin Ondrick. Good correction here by Ryan Davis.
You're welcome, boys. Let's go here, the face-off. Caitlin Griffin on the face-off here. Goes up in the air. It's in the...
Let me just do it. Griffin trying to get it scrambled for it now. Belchertown will come back out with it, as it'll be LePage for the Orioles. Already got 2 goals of the game under her belt so far this game. Looking for her hat-trick goal, the third goal of the game for her so far. Belchertown, we saw the opening 2 quarters of this game. Mainly, it was all of them for attacking zone pressure. Pass back over to Magner for the Orioles. Magner again, second goal, 2 goals under her belt of the game so far. So she'll look for her hat-trick goal, third goal of the game so far. Save made by Zoe Shepard.
Great save.
Excellent save. Actually, she's
couple of words from Ryan Davis and Sam Graham.
Yeah, she's stepping in. It's her first year playing a goalie, and she's doing an excellent job. I've been here every single day watching them play, and I can just tell the improvement already. The improvement already is absurd. It's great.
The Cardinals come back and they score again.
Bang!
Hooray!
Bang!
As I believe this time it is Caitlin Ondrick with her second goal of the game. As the Cardinals now only trail by 1 goal, making it a 6-5 game. Again, this is what the attacking zone pressure that we've wanted to see from these Cardinals. Nonetheless, this far in the game, as it was Belchertown all the first 2 quarters of play, we saw Pope got out to the early 1-0 lead, and it'll be Belchertown coming back with 3 consecutive goals. Face-off coming in here for the Cardinals. So we will be taken by Caitlin Griffin. Ball sent up back in the air. Tried to bat away at it there was, Jordan Balton. Caitlin Griffin will start out back with it at the 40-yard line.
Spinorama here.
Griffin this way and that. Over to Ondrick, looking for her hat-trick goal. Already got 2, making it 106 of the all-time career goals. Cameron Dickinson behind the net. She'll pass it back over to Caitlin Griffin. As I believe, that was Jordan Bailey. As I believe we have a signal for a slash so far. So Pope will start out back with it. Down 6-5, looking for the equalizer here. With just about 10 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Jordan Bailey will start out with it for Pope. She's trying to drive to that shot. Save made by the Belchertown goalkeeper. Rebound by Kiera Fitzgerald. Easy save made there. Belchertown will start back out with it along the 10-yard line.
Ooh.
Stick check there by Jordan Bailey.
She faked the shot.
That was a fake shot, guys.
It was a great fake.
Good fake. Yeah, I know.
High-level IQ player right there. And
shot by,
good save.
I believe it was Hannah Keeney. Save made by the Belchertown goalie. She'll start out with it, trying to get a lob pass out in front.
Got
Pope looking to
Gotta
pick
cover the
off the
mid.
pass. Make it 6-6. Belchertown come back down the other way along the 20-yard line as it is LePage looking for her hat trick goal, as we said earlier. LePage and I believe it was excuse me. It's Magner, LePage and Magner, each with 2 goals for the Orioles. But Pope, it's been all Pope here the opening 4 minutes of this game. So you have play bone dead here. I believe it'll be offsides called by the official. So Pope will start back out with it. As it'll be Hannah Keeney along the far side of the field. This way and that. Trying to juke. Over to Claire De La Rosa. She'll pass it back over to Caitlin Griffin. Again, Griffin with her 1 goal of the night. Looking to add on, make it 2. Belchertown come back the other way with it. As it'll be Paige Magner. Trying to get a pass in on net. Cardinals will keep it out and play defense. Is a shot they thought that Zoe Shepard had, but it is lobbed in, and they score, making it 7-5 Orioles. And Belchertown will regain a 2-goal lead with 7:46 left to play in this third quarter. Give me your thoughts, Ryan Davis. What do you think we've seen so far? What have we seen from the Cardinals that we think they could maybe cut down on for Belchertown getting as far as getting the shots in on that?
You know they've been great. I feel like just getting a lot of pressure. You gotta cover that midfield. A lot of open space. Just cut down those passing angles, and we're gonna be good here. It's like we just gotta play harder. Sam, add us in.
And these girls they're sweating. They're sweating up a storm. It's a hot day today. Hottest day of the year, I would say. They need to get their subs in. They need to get players in. Because they got players. They got enough energy on the bench.
They got talent.
They have talent.
Talent on the bench. They need to get their players. Goal!
Caitlin Ondrick try getting the pass back over to Jordan Ballot, and Ballot will score, and it'll make her first goal of the game.
Golazo!
And the Cardinals
we're like magic for this team.
cut the lead for Belchertown back down to 1. Again, sorry to cut Sam Graham and Ryan Davis off, but as you were saying, continue.
We gotta get our bench players in today. It's a hot day, and these players, they're talented. Watching their practices, they've been great. I feel like, and Gaffer Tim, just maybe throw them in. Let's give them a try. I feel like we got a lot of energy on this bench. We're ready to go. Get your stars. Get them to get some water. And then put these guys in. Let them show their stuff.
Absolutely. But they're exhausted. The defense is 100% how much energy you have on the field. You just got to bring the team up. You get to the ball quick. Don't leave anyone open. And talking is huge. You can hear Tim Allerton yelling on the sidelines, yelling at the girls to talk. That's what it is. That's their issue, I think.
Thank you very much. As Belchertown will start back out with it. Again, Belchertown only with a 1-goal lead now. We saw it was Jordan Ballot, first goal of the game so far with just about 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. She scored. Belchertown will start with it out along the far sideline. So it'll be Jordan Hunter. Hunter tried getting a pass in, but is picked off by Hannah Keeney. Keeney pass it back over to Jordan Ballot. Ballot in on net this way, and that shot save made by the Belchertown goaltender.
No.
Cardinals will regroup with it now.
Jordan
Ballot. It'll be Hannah Keeney over to Kira Fitzgerald. Pass it back over to Ondrick. Back over to Keeney. She'll settle with it now. Pass it back over to Kira Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking to add on to her 1-goal night she's had so far. Make it 2 possibly. Dancing this way and that along the 30-yard line. She'll pass it back over to Hannah Keeney. Keeney trying to get a shot on it. Pass over to Ondrick. Ondrick in on that. Tried getting off, but I believe we have a slash called here by the official. And Ondrick
penalty shot.
And Ondrick will go to the 20-yard line. Looking to tie this game up. Get her hat-trick goal. Make it 107 on her career. Ondrick shot in on her, and they score!
She's done it!
The third goal of the night for Caitlin Ondrick with 5:21 remaining here in the third quarter, and the Pope Francis Cardinals have just tied it at 7-7. Again, Andrick, that is her 107th goal of her career.
Outstanding player. She's going to UMass Boston to pursue her academic and athletic career. She's playing hockey and
D3
lacrosse
hockey.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
No, they're one of the best D3 schools in the country,
state?
I believe. Yeah.
Country?
Yeah, they're very good.
Great words by Sam Graham. Face-off
Great knowledge, Sam.
Face-off coming in here by, I believe it is Caitlin Griffin. Griffin will start out with the face-off. Facing off against Madison LePage for the Orioles. Again, 7-7 tie game with 5:21 remaining in the third. Face-off we thought was won by the Orioles, but it was picked up by Hannah Keeney and scrambled for it on the ground near the 40-yard line, but passes came out and it was brought back by Madison LePage. LePage will try darting up the field, but the ref will signal, I believe, for a timeout, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Or no? No.
No, I believe. What?
My mistake, it was not a timeout, it was a offside. Don't do it. People come with this on. That's Mealy Chaplin. That's Mealy. No. 297.
Maylee's in the game now.
Subbing onto the field. Kiera Fitzgerald passes it over to Andrick. Again, looking for her fourth goal. Already got her hat-trick goal of the night. Andrick this way and that. She'll pass it back over to Jordan Baylett. Baylett thought she had it, scoops it back up. Ryan Davis looking for a call here. Baylett this way and that, inside out, trying to get a shot in on net. Belchertown will regroup with it and try to
Great ride here. Great defense.
try to get it back out.
Excellent defense.
Paige Magner for the Orioles. Trying to get a pass back over to Aubrey McCain. McCain trying to get the lob pass in on net. Wouldn't go. Pope trying to still play lockdown defense here. With a 7-7 tie game here. And we said the Heat playing a big impact. 71 was, I believe, the highest supposed to get today. And a shot and a goal, and they score as it is Madison LePage with her third goal of the game. A hat-trick goal for her. And the Belchertown Orioles will take an 8-7 lead here with 4:08. Again, the Pope Francis Cardinals have had an answer for all the Belchertown goals nonetheless so far. They were down, I believe it was 6-3 at the halftime of this game. Now 8-7.
The Orioles' offense has been nonstop pressure lately. They're playing unreal right now. I believe. Face off here with Caitlin Griffin and the Orioles.
Facing off against Madison LePage.
Madison LePage. And it's up.
Face off won by the Orioles. Trying to get into deep into the Pope Francis zone to the 20-yard line. Pass got picked up. And heading the other way for it will be Hannah Keeney, who will pass it back over to Ava Moltbury. Moltbury along the 20-yard line, dancing this way now. The Jukes.
Good moves, boy.
Hannah Keeney. Back over to Andrick, looking for her fourth goal of the night, making it 108. Again, we said 67 goals last season. It's 11 assists, a 78-point season for Andrick last year, her junior year. So it'll be Ava Moltbury trying to go this way and that, dangle around the defenseman of the Orioles. Andrick in and out. I believe we have a offsides called by the official. Or excuse me, a penalty shot, I believe.
She's got to put this one home.
So it'll be Andrick to the line, to the 15-yard line, looking for her fourth goal of the game. The game-tying goal, could it be? Tying this at 8-8 apiece with just about 3 minutes left to play in this third quarter. Shot and save made by the Belchertown goalkeeper. Rebound sent wide of the net. So Pope will regroup with it behind the net. Still looking for the equalizer here. Going to make it 8-8. Pass out in front to Andrick. Shot just wide of the net. And once again, referee Pope thought it would be their possession coming back behind the net, but instead it'll be Belchertown who will settle with it behind their net.
What a game we got here, 8-7, hot day. It's beautiful out. Feels finally like spring. But, let's see how the rest of this one goes.
As I would say, really a second real day in spring. Last week,
for sure.
Last week we saw it was rain, snow all over the field covering it. Didn't think really spring had come around by then. Belchertown was back up the other end as a scramble for it here, down at the 15-yard line. Belchertown still with it now, trying to scoop it up. There was Kenzie LePage. Again, the LePage sisters. We talked about LePage sisters here at Pope Francis. LePage twins, excuse me. Here at Pope Francis and LePage sisters at Belchertown. Completely unrelated, as we said once again. Kenzie LePage will try sending it in for Madison LePage. She'll pass it back over to Morgan Litz. Try to get it in on that, but couldn't go as the defense is playing spectacular here. Pope only down by a goal with just about under a minute 30 playing in the third quarter. Belchertown still with it now as it is Morgan Litz. Litz trying to get a shot on net, but it wouldn't go. We pass back off over to Madison LePage. LePage will cycle it back around the net. Over to her sister Kenzie LePage. Back over to Madison LePage, and I believe this year the referee has signaled for a penalty shot, if I am not mistaken. Or no, Pope possession. Excuse me on that play. With just under a minute to play here in the third quarter, Pope will start back with it. Only down by a goal. We saw big improvements here. They were down 6-3 going into the halftime. Now they have made it only down by a goal. Andrick will start back out with it this way and that, juking. Plays blown dead here by the ref with just under 40 seconds remaining. When with this, I believe Andrick will go to the line. Try to make it her fourth goal of the game. 8-7 looking for the equalizer here, as we said again. Make it 8-8. Andrick shot. She scores! With her fourth goal of the game. And
bingo!
Career goal number 108 with 27.2 remaining in the third quarter. This game is tied back at 8-8 apiece.
She's a fundamental player. I mean, she gets the job done. 4 goals. Not sure how much Pope would be winning by or how much Pope would be losing by if she wasn't on the team right now. No, she's an excellent player.
She's gritty. She's a hard worker for this team. Exactly what this team needs.
Face-off coming in here for Caitlin Griffin. Taking the face-off with 27.2 left remaining.
I concur.
Andrick will scoop it back up along the 40-yard line in her own defensive zone. Trying to get a far pass off over to Ava Moultbury. Moultbury scrambling for it now on the ground.
I believe she just kicked it.
As I believe she still has it now. Looking to put Pope Francis up 9-8. Under 10 seconds left to play here. 5, 4. They're counting down here.
Shoot it.
So it'll be Hanakini trying to get a shot just wide over.
It's gone in the back net, though.
Went over the actual goal, but the net behind it, nonetheless, it went in. And with that, we will take a break here as we have the fourth quarter coming. 8-8 the score here. Andrick with a 4-goal game. 108 as far as the career total goes. Stay tuned. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. Coming up, we have the fourth quarter of action live on Pope Prep. Fourth quarter play just about to get underway here, live on Pope Prep. Again, we saw these Cardinals coming back down 6-3 at the halftime. They come back to make the score 8-8, 4 goals. Caitlin Undrick with a full 4-goal night here. It's 108 on the career total for her. As far as goals go, I think that's where they went for a break. Face-off coming in here. It'll be Caitlin Griffin taking it for the Cardinals. Orioles toss it up in the air, trying to regroup with it, scramble forward in front, down on the center field. Belchertown, not the Baltimore. Watching too much baseball lately. Trying to get in the baseball mindset for the games Thursday and Friday. Yeah. Belchertown going this way and that, as it is Madison LePage trying to get a tuck shot in, and she does. She adds on to the Belchertown lead, making it 9-8 with 24 seconds into the fourth quarter. Again, fourth quarter, wins become losses, losses become wins. Pope now down a goal, 24 seconds into the final quarter of play. You're talking about future events here. We got the Evening of the Arts actually just underway right about now. Be going from 4 to 7 o'clock tonight here at Pope Prep. The various displays of artwork we'll be seeing here from the Pope students here, student athletes at Pope. Which are marvelous works of art. Face-off coming in here. Pope down a goal. Need another one. 24 seconds in. As we've seen Belchertown, look at the attacking zone pressure early on so far in these quarters. So it was first 2 quarters mainly was all Belchertown, but Pope has sprung to life here. The third quarter and the fourth quarter of play. So we have a whistle blown dead here as it was Caitlin Undrick taking it, and she'll take it back again. She'll pass it back over to Hannah Keeney. And Keeney's still looking for her first goal of the night. She'll pass it back over to Andrick, who's looking for her fifth goal of the night. 109 on the career all time. Can she make it 150 before the season ends? Hopefully, that's the case. Pope looking to go 3-0 if they win this game. Belchertown will be the first win of the season. Again, as we talked about, a late first game of the season, 2 weeks in. So do we Kiera Fitzgerald for the Cardinals? She'll pass it back around the net over to Cameron Dickinson. Cameron Dickinson will pass it back over to Ava Mowbray. Mowbray trying to lob a pass out in front for Andrick, but was intercepted by Belchertown as they come streaking back up through the middle of the field. Belchertown, they score! As it is Morgan Litz for the Belchertown Orioles, and they now double down and make it 2 goals of the quarter, making it 10-8 with 10:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Again, these Cardinals got to get out to an early start. You can't give a team like Belchertown, you can't give them the early lead. Got to keep the attacking pressure on. But again, Belchertown coming to life mainly. Saw I believe it was first minute of play into the third quarter. They score, making it 7-2 or 7-3, excuse me. Pope Francis would come streaking back with 4 straight goals. Face-off coming in here for the Cardinals. Caitlin Griffin taking it. Against Madison LePage again. The 50-yard line, center field. Pope will start back out with it. And I believe the official has blown for the ball to start at the center field. She'll pass it back over to Caitlin Griffin will pass it over to Kiera Fitzgerald. Kiera Fitzgerald on net. Trying to get a lot. Pass it back over to Jordan Baylett, and she scores! Jordan Baylett's second goal of the game. And just like that, the Cardinals are now only down by 1 with 10:08 left remaining in the fourth quarter. Only down by a goal now. We've seen the score fluctuating lately. It's been difference between a tie and a Belchertown lead. Again, Pope Francis, only time they have led so far this game was the early 1-0 lead we saw for the Cardinals. 1-0 lead. They scored about a minute in to the game, as it was Belchertown would come back with 3 straight goals against the Orioles. Face-off coming in here for Cameron Dickinson. Ball tossed back up in the air, back over to Caitlin Undrick. Again, Undrick looking for a 5th goal. 5th goal of the game. Going the way of Belchertown, I believe now. At just about the 50-yard line. starting out for them. It'll be Paige Magner, excuse me. The Orioles will start back out with it. Belchertown, LePage sisters playing a game of catch. Madison LePage has it now, looking for her, I believe it is 4th goal of the night. Already got her hat-trick goal as well. 10-9 the score, just under 9:30 to play here left in the 4th quarter. Again, we got the events coming up. Tomorrow we have girls tennis at Agawam. They look for another win. And boys and girls track versus, I believe it is International Charter. And we have boys tennis, AJ, wishing him the best of luck in that game versus Hamden Charter East at 4 p.m. All these games. Belchertown will start out with it now, as I believe it is one of the LePage sisters. It's Kenzie LePage. Or excuse me, no, it is Aaliyah Piclou. Piclou will pass it back over to Madison LePage. Not to get you confused with Kenzie LePage. Now Kenzie LePage with it now for the Orioles. Pass it back over to Madison LePage. LePage trying to go in on net. Saw the tuck around shot in on net. They scored. Shot there, save made by Zoe Shepard. Shepard will toss it back out over to Claire De Rosa. Also having a tough time handling it there. Still with it now, getting a pass back off as she was, I believe, was looking for Mowbray. But Belchertown just got a shot on that. That whistled low and wide of the net. Belchertown restart out with it behind the Pope Francis net again. Belchertown with a 1-goal lead here, just under 8 minutes to play. Tried to get the pass out in front, but it'll be picked off by Kiera Fitzgerald. Up the side yard lines, Fitzgerald trying to look to get an open pass over to Andrick, making her 5th goal of the game. Fitzgerald will pass it back over to Caitlin Griffin. Stick checked out of her hands there, but it'll be picked up by Kiera Fitzgerald. Again, good, really attacking zone time here for the Cardinals. They still trail down a goal. Plenty of time left in this game, certainly so far. Jordan Baylett with it now. Looking for her hat-trick goal. Baylett pass it over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to get it in front. Over to Hanakini. Scramble for it there. Hanakini couldn't get a shot off. Instead, it'll be Belchertown trying to regroup with it as it's pressured on hard by Caitlin Griffin. Nonetheless, it'll be Belchertown taking out behind their own net with just under 7 minutes left to play. Andrick trying to scoop the pass out, intercept it. Belchertown taking it, as I believe it was Cameron Dickinson taking a slash to the head of the Belchertown player, we said. Belchertown will come back down the other way with it. Looking to add on, make it a 2-goal lead for them. Certainly here this afternoon, 6:30 remaining. Belchertown is still with it now. It is Madison Page. Over to Mackenzie Page. We'll pass it back over to Paige Magner. Magner looking for her hat-trick goal tonight as well. A lot of hat-tricks going around here. Multiple goal nights. But no one has yet to touch Caitlin Andrick with her 4-goal night. There's only been, I believe it is, Madison LePage for the Belchertown Orioles with only 3 goals of the night. And Paige Magner with 2 goals. Belchertown trying to lob a pass in on it. Save made by Shepard. They still trail only down by 1 here. Zoe Shepard will take it out behind the net. She'll try to lob a pass out over to Coral Martins. Martins with it. Going this way and that, inside and out. Try to get the pass up over to Ava Mowbray, but it'll be Belchertown taking it off the sidelines. It is Olivia Corbin. Corbin will pass it back over to Madison LePage. LePage with it now for the Orioles. Along the 25-yard line. Trying to fire in a shot. Pressured on by the defense of Claire De La Rosa. And Belchertown trying to get a shot on it, but is stopped there by the Pope defense. And we've seen lockdown defense here by these Cardinals. And the play is blown dead here as they whistle in the favor of Pope Francis Cardinals. So we Jordan Baylett taking up the field. She had it, lost it. Still regroup with it now. The play is blown dead here, and I believe the official will signal in the way of Belchertown. With just under 5 minutes left to play here, if you're Pope, you got to get more attacking zone pressure going in now. The dying moments of this game, 5 minutes. You got to get the equalizer here, make it a 10-10. Just about 4:30 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Referee will signal. I believe it will be a penalty shot, if I am not mistaken. Which, yes, it is a penalty shot. And it will be Madison LePage taking it, looking for her fourth goal of the game. Again, Pope looking to stop this, get it upfield. LePage in on net. She scores! LePage with her fourth goal of the game, making it 11-9 Belchertown Orioles. 4:08 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Again, if you're Pope, you really need some more attacking zone pressure here. Down 2 goals in the dying moments of this game. 4 minutes left. We say wins become losses, losses become wins. Straight for Pope, they need more attacking zone pressure. We saw plenty of attacking zone pressure, certainly in the third quarter and to start off this fourth quarter. As still they have yet to lead aside from the opening goal of this game. Which then it would be Belchertown coming back with 3 consistent goals. Face-off one by Hannah Keeney. She'll take it now with it, trying to look upfield and trying to see if she can get pass over to Ondrick. Hannah Keeney still with it now, this way and that, trying to break the ankles of the defenders there. Ondrick in on that, she scores! As it is Caitlin Ondrick's 5th goal of the game. The time they need her most. The dying moments of the game with just under 4 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. The score 11-10, and I believe with that, Belchertown will take their second time out of the game. 3:47 remaining in the game. Belchertown with a 1-goal lead, the 11-10 the score. Stay tuned, champions play here live on Pope Prep. Timeout just about done here, live on Pope Prep. Again, Cardinals still trailing 11-10 the score here. Caitlin Ondrick, 5 goals on the night, as it is 109 for her all-time career goals, with just about 3:47 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Again, times when wins become losses and losses become wins. Certainly for these Cardinals, Belchertown looking for their first win of the season. These Cardinals looking for their 3rd win of the season, looking to go 3-0. Face off here coming for, I believe it is Caitlin Griffin. And we taken by Paige Magner for the Orioles. 3:47 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Again, the times Pope needs it most. Looking to tie this game up at 11-11. Pope trying to get some early offensive pressure going here, right off the face-off. They're playing 2-man on. Belchertown will come back out with it. I believe it is Olivia Corbin. Corbin, this way and that, had it, lost it. That is Caitlin Griffin trying to scoop it up for the Cardinals. Just about under 3:30 remaining here. Cardinals looking to tie this game up at 11 apiece. Again, as it was Caitlin Ondrick with nearly half the Cardinals' goals. With half the Cardinals' goals. The Cardinals will come back down the other way. It's Ava Moultbury with it. She's this way and that, looking to get a shot on it. And she does. She scores. As it is Ava Moultbury with her first goal of the game. And just like that, it is an 11-11 game with 3:03 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the times they need these Cardinals most. Ava Moultbury, first goal of the game. Face-off going in here. Caitlin Griffin will be taking it for the Cardinals. Paige Magner again. 3:03 remaining. This game might come down to the wire here on Pope Prep. 1 goal game it could be. 2 goals. Who knows? Tie game here. Pope has yet to lead except for the opening minute of play. As we said before in the first quarter, Cardinals will start back out with it. Hannah Keeney darting up this side as he tried to get a pass back over to Cameron Dickinson. Belchertown will scoop at it, and I believe we have a play is blown dead here, and it'll be going the way of the Orioles with just about 2:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. At least we thought it was, and it was picked off by Cameron Dickinson, but the ref will re-signal back in the way for the Orioles. But again, the pass is picked off. Pope really wanting it now in the dying moments of this game with just under 2:30 remaining. This is Hannah Keeney trying to get a pass off over to Cameron Dickinson behind the net. Jordan Baylor tried to scramble for it there. Again, still in the way of Belchertown, but we've seen these Cardinals are starting to come to life. The dying moments of this game with just about 2 minutes remaining. Here as it was, I believe, Jordan Baylor trying to pick off the pass. Plays one in here. It'll be Belchertown coming back the other way with it. There's Madison LePage. Already with 3 goals on the night, looking to make it 4. Again, Pope just trying to play lockdown defense here. Looking to take this game possibly into a tie if it is necessary. Or I don't believe we have overtime, do we?
No.
So it'll be the score holds. This game will result as a tie as far as we are aware. A penalty shot coming in here for the Orioles, as I believe it is Madison LePage. I keep getting the sisters confused up. Or no, I'm correct. Madison LePage. Coming in here looking for her 4th goal of the game. A minute 33. And on net, she shoots, she scores! And with 1:30 remaining in the dying moments of Belchertown's first game of the season, Pope's 3rd, the Orioles have just taken the lead, 12-11 the score. It was Paige Magner with her 3rd goal of the game. And just like that, the Orioles will lead back again with as it is a 1-goal game in the dying moments of this game. With 1:30 remaining in the clock, Pope will take their 2nd time out of the game. Again, 12-11 the score here. Coming down to the wire here on Pope Prep. Stay tuned, champions play here. It's a 1-goal game with a minute 30 remaining live on Pope Prep. Timeout just about done here for the Pope Francis Cardinals, still trailing by a goal. 12-11 the score here with 1:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Again, we've said it all night, as it is the LePage sisters, really. I believe it is Kenzie LePage with about well over, I'd say, 5 assists in this game so far. And it is Madison LePage with her 3 goals of the game. Face-off coming in here, as it'll be Caitlin Griffin with just 1:30 left to play here. Again, Pope down by a goal, need one here. Desperate times call for desperate measures. All the starters out on the field for Pope. Belchertown come back down the other way with it along the far sideline. Again, they're looking to just kill the clock here with just about 1:07 remaining here. They have the 1-goal lead, looking to keep that intact. Less than a minute to play here. Belchertown will just take their time with it now. Pope got to get some offensive pressure going here. Again, we haven't seen much from them. It's been all Belchertown mainly, but the times they have the offensive pressure, they have made it count certainly here. Pope looking to get back upfield, net a quick one, maybe tie this game, as I do not believe we will have overtime if the Cardinals do tie it with just under 40 seconds remaining here. Again, Belchertown looking to just kill time here. 30 seconds remaining here. Pope still looking for one. Cardinals in desperate time, as it is Caitlin Andra taking a man down along the sidelines. Pope will regroup with it now, but it'll be pass it back in, but it'll be Belchertown starting with it along the line. In the dying moments of this game, it looks like Belchertown might hold on to it with 10 seconds left to play, unless the Cardinals can get back up the field quickly, and it does not look like they will. No, they do not. And as time expires here at Pope Prep, the Cardinals will fall 12-11 the score. Definitely a frustrating loss here for the Cardinals, as their record will go to 2-1 here. Belchertown with their first win of the season here. Again, we said first game in 2 weeks in the spring sports season. Coming up next, we have the Cardinal post game by Don Percy, the future voice of the Cardinals. Stay tuned. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. Cardinal postgame coming in here, as it was the Cardinals that fell 12-11 to score here at Pope Francis Preparatory School. Man, oh man, did we have a thriller of a game. It was Caitlin Ondrick with a 5-goal game. I'm sure we'll see that many games to come here for the Cardinals. It was 109, I believe, the all-time for her career. But come time when the clock ran out, the Cardinals would fall short. It was a 1-goal game, 12-11 to score. It was LePage. It was Kenzie LePage racking up assists for the Orioles, and it was Madison LePage with a 3-goal night, as well as Paige Magner for the Orioles. Nonetheless, the Cardinals would fall down by 1 goal, as they only time they led this game was the opening goal of the game, I believe, which was scored by none other than Caitlin Ondrick, her first goal of the game, which would later lead to 5. Definitely a disappointing loss here for these Cardinals. As for the Belchertown Orioles, it would be their first win of the season coming for them. As we said, a little odd they have the first game 2 weeks in the spring schedule. Again, Pope Francis will fall to 2-1 on the season record, still with a winning record this season. But nonetheless, they will fall 12-11 the final score here. Caitlin Ondrick with 5 goals here. Jordan Ballant with 2 goals of the game as well. Kira Fitzgerald 1. Ava Moultbray 1 as well. And that'll just about do it here live on Pope Prep. As this is Don Percy, the future voice of the Cardinals, signing off from Springfield, saying so long, thank you, and have a good night.